The Surge, Episode V. Lost in the Valley of God's Sweet Cove. The Castaway dive team consists of myself, Philippe, Ed Pais, Nancy Garrity, another guy named Mike, and another guy named Oliver. Those two on the show are not ours. One of the more difficult aspects of diving with a team is keeping the team members together. It is all too easy to be swept out to sea. The team would meet in Northern California at Salt Point to look for remnants from the Spanish sailing galleon El Cajones de las Madres. The literal translation means the balls of my mother. The Spanish had a funny sense of humor about their ship. The entrance to Garsold Cove is a treacherous descent down a narrow road that you must back your car down and then carry the hundreds of kilograms of dive gear onto a treacherous rocky beach even before you enter the water. In 1479, King Philippe of Spain commissioned an expedition to find the more salt. It is well known that the Spanish were horrible sailors and often hired Italians to captain their ships. Vincenzo Sallume begged the king for a ship for many years before he relented. As a show of good faith, they made an anchor for the ship out of pure gold. This anchor has never been found. The dive team would swim together and descend where they thought was the anchor point. The De las Madres eventually found the salt. Then, one night, while on the ship, drunk on the spoils of their salty treasure, the crew of the De las Madres was attacked by pirates. The pirates took the salt and left the men alone and abandoned in the cove. The tide was strong and swept the men out to sea, where most drowned or were eaten by shark. Ed Pais had a new camera that had proper color correction for underwater and low visibility. This made it much more likely that the crew would find the anchor with this camera. Ed found a nice school of fish. It also gave temperature and depth. Without this camera, the team had no hope for finding the anchor. Philippe Camera has a decidedly green cast. He has filter to correct the color, however he has once again forgotten them at home. The team continues to search for the anchor, but to their amazement, they have realized that Ed is no longer in the group. As the dive team continues the search for the anchor without Ed, they take the temperature and calculation manually. Amazingly, out of the abyss, they have discovered the anchor. It is exactly the size, shape, and color they would have expected from a ship of this era. They are overjoyed. After an exhausting dive in the surge, Philippe realized he has swum too fast and is almost out of air. He must leave the dive team at the anchor point and complete a dangerous solo ascent before he runs out of air. After Philippe waits the required 3 minutes on the surface for the team, he realizes the tide is strong and going out to open ocean and he must swim for shore. Hopefully the other dive team members make it back before the tide sweeps them out to open water. Either way, Philippe realizes there is nothing he can do but say, "Au revoir, mon ami. Hopefully you are not eaten by shark. The sea is a cruel mistress. Goodbye, strange and wonderful ocean, until we meet again to unlock your mysteries."